So the five crew decided that, I don't know, the most pressing topic that they could discuss here, although at the same time, like this is happening in Missouri, they're re-implementing spanking as a punishment. And so the five wants to debate it, but it's not really much of a debate because pretty much everybody over on Fox News there thinks that spanking is a good thing and should be implemented in the school in the year 2022. All right, guys, pray this clip works.
A school district in
Nice.
Missouri going super old-fashioned, and they're bringing back spanking. Children who really act up, maybe they lob too many spitballs, will now be swatted on the buttocks with a paddle as a, quote, last resort. Parents have to be okay with it and give the school their explicit written permission. But get this, some moms and dads have been thanking the school for doling out the discipline. You got paddled.
Second grade.
Do you agree with this form of punishment?
It worked.
It did.
It worked.
Look how you
As I
turned
said,
out.
I got two.
Yeah,
I
look at
never
you now,
happened
you're on
again.
Fox
I got
News.
spanked that day 2 times. Once my parents learned, they were so embarrassed. They took matters in their own hands when I got home as well. So I don't have as much of an issue with this.
So is this legal? Apparently it's
That's the
legal.
liberal, right?
Yeah, the United States Supreme Court said it's legal. It's up to the individual states as to whether or not they're going to allow it. The whole concept is that a teacher is in loco parentis. A teacher is in the place of the parent. And the school districts are smart. They're basically saying to the parents, look, if you want to give us permission to whack your kid, not in the New York sense, but to paddle,
Take them out. Right.
paddle your kid with a paddle. And they say apparently it's between 1 and 3 paddles, but they don't say the age. I assume it's grammar school. I doubt it's high school.
You know,
We never did this in the
I'm punching you in the
Northeast, did we?
mouth if you
No, in fact,
spank
down in
me
the
when I'm
19th
a
states,
junior.
they say mostly they're in
Yeah.
the South.
Yeah.
But my dad always described everyone got hit in school, and it was mostly by nuns.
Yes.
Nuns.
Yeah, you got
they
stunted
were a
as a
lot
result
angrier
of
All
it.
right, pause it for a
And
sec. This fits well in with the student loan debate, which is that I went through it, so you have to do it too. And it doesn't matter if society has evolved. But like it should be at the discretion. Hey, local politics, states' reds, they should decide if they can give your kid one whack with the paddle, 5 whacks with the paddle, maybe just like a sock in the face,
Yeah.
maybe a lashing here or there. Use the belt,
Also, spare me the
buckle side.
fucking Latin with in loco parentis. So like, oh yeah, the teacher represents the parent when it comes to like being able to hit the child and abuse them, but not when it's like teaching them sexual education. For instance.
What a good point. Yeah, and that's been used as well as a way to, I believe, undercut the school when teaching not religious or non-religious things. See again. I'm blaming it on the brain fog. Let's continue.
Put a short fuse.
Yeah,
you were
They
rulers.
use rulers.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why my hands look like this.
They had a bad day, bad morning, whatever it was, you're getting hit. But I
Abused.
think that was a pretty good generation. Won a few wars. Everyone seemed happy, although the TV was in black and white. They could have really accelerated that a little bit. But I would say this, the threat of having the paddle, just saying, listen, your parents signed the form. You want the paddle? That's enough.
Just the mere threat of the paddle will keep you in line.
Me, for sure.
You
It's not just
especially.
gonna be
My
the threat,
mom,
though.
it was the wooden spoon. And
Oh, for
That's-
eating. Did you not eat?
no, for spanking.
All right, pause it again.
Sorry.
These guys are just like not in therapy, and so they're working out their child abuse by saying that everyone else should have it, and it was funny.
And-
It wasn't too bad.
And I don't think I'm being super hyperbolic when I say this. And also, listen, she doesn't need me to white knight for her because she's certainly complicit in it. But Jesse Waters is just following in the long tradition of just every man on this network sexually harasses Dana Perino on camera every day.
I didn't even pick that up.
Like he literally is like, "Oh, you got spanked? Like you got spanked with a
Oh.
spoon?" It's like these people are just literally like, forgive me, they're horny on camera, and like it's got to stop. We got to figure out what the hell is going on.
You're
there.
right. I didn't pick that up. But yeah, I mean, Jesse Waters is like
Like when Adam Carolla was like, "Oh, I want to sniff Dana's panties" or whatever, but it was something about
Jesse Waters bragged about taking the air out of his current wife's
Yes.
tires when she was an intern under him, so that she would not be able to leave their office and would have to get a ride home with him. That is has some sexual assault undertones and control undertones and
And-
entitlement undertones.
And I think he didn't realize it at the time that he was like, I was joking. That
Yeah,
very
sure.
specific story with a lot of details was completely made up.
Right. He was married at the time. by
I
the
mean,
way.
my dad specifically put me in public school so I didn't have to go through what he went through in Catholic school. And there's a whole bunch of there's a sort of like a normative way this conversation is played out, which is like, oh, that happened to, like you're seeing up here. It happened to me, so it's not actually that bad. And it's like, or it's not abnormal, I guess. It's like, no, it I guess was normal for children to get abused. This is from a study published in Child Development. Used functional MRIs to map brain changes in 147 tweens who'd never experienced physical or sexual abuse. Researchers tracked which parts of the child's brain activated in response to neutral or fearful facial expressions. When shown pictures of someone looking fearful, kids who reported to have been spanked had a larger response in certain parts of their brain than kids who hadn't been. Those areas drive the response to environmental cues, recognizing threats and reacting to them. If a child's brain overacts, behavioral challenges can result. Quote, we saw those changes in the same areas as more severe forms of abuse or domestic violence. It suggests the difference is of degree rather than type as far as child's brain is concerned. It's all violence.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's keep going.
To the
I know
Josh
I would
around
use
about
it
some
if I
more.
didn't eat.
Oh, no, this would be if I did something bad.
Sounds
but-
like you guys have an eating disorder.
so
Haha.
this, coming up
Just
this weekend,
riffing.
Lawrence Jones on his cross country show on Saturday night is going to be talking to several teachers about the teacher shortage and the problem. And there is a teacher shortage.
Yes.
I hope you
Sorry,
understand
pause it
more.
there. 141 districts in Missouri are at 4 days a week.
Literally 4-day work weeks.
And in Texas too.
Like, so this is, we're talking about like an extreme, we're talking about allowing abuse to make up for a failure of schooling, which is because of underfunding.
All right, worse.
But anyway, one of the things that some of these teachers are saying is that many are leaving because the students in the classroom, there are just behavioral issues that are out of control. The disrespect for teachers is a huge problem. And that got exacerbated after remote school. Kids come back. And I can understand parents maybe saying, look, if I'm not there and they do something really bad, maybe so. However, we're also saying we don't want teachers to deal with the sensitive topics like gender issues, for example. You prefer to do that at home. I think that, in my opinion, if I had children, I would want to take care of the paddling myself.
Can you paddle female students?
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
distinction.
Oh,
And
Jesse
on
might be
the
a teacher
butt,
now.
right? Not in the hand.
I'm
On the butt.
interested.
It's on the butt.
And how many smacks do you get?
I
Up
think
to
the three.
three.
Up to three.
Yeah,
And
Jesse's
you cannot
enrolling.
cause physical harm.
Well, what's the line?
Well, physical harm
Tears?
is physical injury.
Tears
where,
don't count.
No, where you leave a mark.
Where you leave a mark?
Yeah.
How do you know?
Oh my
The parents
God.
will
All
tell
right.
you when the
I'm
kid
like
gets
creeped
hurt.
out, sorry, by how into this he is, but that's
Like intensely so.
when he asked the female
These
question.
aren't probing questions for journalistic scruples. This is literally him being like, could I maybe get in on the paddling?
Yeah, I'm interested in
mean-
being a teacher now, maybe, and now that there's a teacher shortage.
Jesse Waters inherited the seat from Sex Pests. Draw your own conclusions.
But the left and gay and trans and other queer folks are the ones who are grooming kids and being pedophilic towards
Yeah,
them.
where's the line? How do we know if their ass is
How do we
red or
know
not?
if they have marks on their butt, says Jesse Waters, about literally paddling elementary school students in Missouri.
I mean, and it's just it's a question of the line, right? As opposed to any discussion of gender or sexuality in class is immediate firing, suspension, and doxing
Can't
on
talk
lids
about
of
that.
TikTok. That's when they don't have the right to be discretionary. It's really weird. All right.
I
Yeah.
mean, these people like are directing hate towards doctors of trans kids. Like it's not a surprise that they would go even further. They're freaks.
All right, let's read like 10 more IMs and then we're going to get out of here. Oligarchy in the USA. How many school administrators get off on spanking children? That's a legit question regarding the touching of minors.
I mean, yeah, it's absurd that I can't believe this is the discussion we're having in a place that can't even fucking do 5 days a week for school.
Another long hauler. I'm 48 and still have PTSD from the experience.